And pretty much just everywhere is talking about Elon Musk again. This morning, he's apparently ready to buy Twitter on the terms he originally made earlier this year for $44 billion. And Twitter's agreed to close the transaction at Musk's initial offer of $54.20 a share. So that's our focus for this Wired Wednesday. USA Today Tech Life columnist Jennifer Jolly joins us live with insights. So, Jen, what a crazy turn of events. We've been talking about this for months now together.
Oh, absolutely. And people who know Elon Musk are not all that surprised. I mean, he was set to be deposed. He was set to be deposed starting tomorrow in Austin, Texas. And the trial over his backing out of a deal that he set up and waived rights to back out of due to start in just 2 weeks from now. In other words, things were getting awfully messy for the mercurial tech titan. Legal analysts also keep saying it's looking more and more like Musk would lose his argument that something dramatically changed since he first made that April merger agreement that justified terminating the deal. And just last week, hundreds of his private text conversations were released in court documents showing all kinds of personal messages with fellow tech billionaires like former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, Oracle Chairman Larry Ellison, Salesforce's Mark Benioff, and so many others. And these are not the kinds of texts that these guys want out in front of the world. And in cases like this, especially on the eve of that deposition, it could just keep getting worse.
All right, so let's go more into that. What do you mean it could keep getting worse for him?
Well, for one, Musk could just lose if the trial goes forward and still be on the hook for that $44 billion, plus fines for trying to back out of the deal. Also, more personal information could be made public. For instance, his legal team faced more trouble just this week when the head judge ruled in favor of Twitter's request for additional discovery around potential messages between Musk's inner circle and that Twitter whistleblower, former head of security Peter Mudge Zatko. And while Zatko has said under oath that he did not contact Musk or his team, Twitter wants to keep digging around a little bit in light of a mysterious email from May 6th that turned up in the files of a legal firm that represents Musk. Now, I know this is crazy. Try hard to keep following along, but Musk and his team, they don't want any more digging. This is likely the simplest fix. And while none of this means that Musk will actually buy Twitter for sure, because with him, anything could happen, he did tweet this last night: buying Twitter is an accelerant to creating X, the everything app. Now, Musk has said before that the name X.com applies to a WhatsApp-like social media company that he's talked about launching before. He also tweeted that the Twitter deal probably accelerates X by 3 to 5 years, but I could be wrong, he said in another tweet. I love when he hedges his bets that way.
You know, he's always playing with us, especially with those tweets. All right, so what now?
Well, Twitter is the 8th largest tech employer in the San Francisco Bay Area, an estimated 2,500 people working right here. So the drama weighs really heavily on morale. We know that. Months of whiplash over the deal, so much uncertainty. It's really taking its toll. Employees vented where else but on Twitter yesterday with things like all of the frazzled nerves, all of the uncertainty, all of the worrying, all of the back and forth, people I care about struggling and anxious. And other people are worried that this is all just another delay tactic. After all, he's already tried unsuccessfully to postpone the trial twice. So bottom line, as it stands today, the world's richest man is poised to take charge of one of the most influential media platforms on the planet, which, could end months of fighting that damaged Twitter's brand and fueled Musk's reputation for erratic behavior. But buckle up, there is a lot more to come. Here's what we know for sure: this isn't over.
It never is, Jennifer.